Hey guys, good morning. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Well, in this video, I thought I would take you along with me all throughout the weekend as we harvest, sell, and arrange flowers. Maybe we can call this video a weekend in flowers. So we're gonna start off here this Friday evening. I've already done a small harvest of the property for a florist because we just had a big thunderstorm come in. You might be able to see that things are kind of wet and somewhat fallen over around me. So I wanted to pick for him anything that could possibly get damaged in the storm. But the majority of his harvest I'll be doing tomorrow, and I'll go ahead and make sure to show you all those buckets before I go ahead and sell those to him. But this evening, Friday evening, I just want to go ahead and take some of these lumiere gladiolas over to a new neighbor, because one of my dearest friends here in the area, her in-laws have recently moved. We're pretty much neighbors, and shame on me, I have yet to bring them a bouquet of free flowers. So her mother-in-law happened to comment on an Instagram post that she really liked these lumiere gladiolas, and these ones are a little bit too open to sell anyway. So I thought, why not harvest them for her, take them down to her house, and hopefully it will just put a smile on her face. And I thought I would fill you guys in on a little something else. The hummingbird that we saw the other day, it is living in the lilac behind me. I found its nest. I keep seeing her go back to that nest, and then she keeps visiting my row of lumiere gladiolas. So I just don't have the heart to cut any more of them. I think I'm just gonna cut these ones and I'm gonna leave the rest for her. I want her to have plenty of nectar and whatever she needs to stay here on the property. And you know what? We can all enjoy looking at them a little bit longer. So why not? So that's what I'm getting around to tonight. All right, so why don't we kick off this weekend in flowers with some free flowers, and I hope it will inspire you honestly to give away some free flowers from your garden, because I tell you what, after 6 years of selling flowers, it is rewarding to sell flowers, but to be honest with you, it is much more rewarding to give them away for free. So I hope it inspires you to go out into your garden and give some flowers away to somebody who maybe needs a little bit of cheering up, maybe welcome to the neighborhood, maybe is not feeling well. And you know, I think nowadays we're all struggling with something. Everybody could use flowers for something, even if they tell you what's wrong or not. So with that being said, let's deliver these flowers, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, good morning everyone. It is 6:30 a.m. on Saturday now. I did the harvest for my florist. That's what you're seeing here in these two buckets. And this bucket is just kind of extras, things that were too short, stems curved too much, broke some heads off. And over here is what I've harvested for the stand today. But I wanted to just give you a quick overview of what 6:30 a.m. looks like for me on a day I sell to a florist. This is an extra air conditioner that I have here in this edition room. This is a very small room. This is where I do all my seed starting, all my processing of flowers, everything. This table here goes on top of this sink when I do seed starting. There's plugs behind this picture, so I'll run my heat mats behind there onto the table. The heat mats are here. Once they're sprouted, they go over here under lights. The lights are on. Do you hear Grace? The lights are on multiple levels, of course, during the winter and early spring. But this room is really my flower room. It's definitely nothing fancy at all, but it totally works and gets the job done, and I can sweep the floors in here easily. I got the industrial sink. It works. So I'll talk a little bit more about how I go about harvesting, what we're looking at here in a little while. But for now, I need to get my air conditioner back on, get the stand set up, eat breakfast, and then we'll jump back into work. So while we wait for those flowers to condition a bit, I can answer the question that I saw the most in the comment section. And that was really, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to deliver these flowers in a big old storm. Actually, it looks like it's going to storm every day this week, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen with sales at my stand. But let me get back on track. People wanted to know how to go about connecting with a florist. So I can really only just tell you my personal experience when it comes to this. I really don't have too much exterior knowledge of that besides my own experience. So what I did 6 years ago, we had moved here. I knew I wanted to start flower farming this small property, and I had the white lilacs and they were ready. They were ready to be harvested. So what I did was I did a Google search of all the florists in our area, and then I also included some words that were really important to me. Things like slow flowers, organic farming, sustainable floristry, and then I was able to really narrow down the florists from there. Next, what I did is I emailed them all. I told them the truth. I told them who I was. I was just getting started. You know, I had my whole kind of crop plan at that time, so I knew kind of what I was hopefully going to be growing that year. And then of course I told them approximately how many stems of lilacs I had to sell, the price that I was hoping to receive per stem, and I included a lot of pictures in those emails. I'm pretty sure I also followed up some of those emails with phone calls, but there was one florist who got back to me almost right away. I think it might have been 2 hours past. I was really shocked. And you know, we just started working together. I remember she told me that she was getting lilacs, all different colors, from an Amish man for, it was like 3 to 5 cents cheaper than the price I had quoted her. So we just worked that out. And then the whole rest of the season we worked together, and it was a really great relationship. She would tell me what she wanted, I would harvest it, I would bring it to her, I would give her an invoice and she would pay me. And for me, there really wasn't much more to it than that. But you know, it became quickly a goodness. See, this is what life is like here in South Central PA. It's like always storming, always raining. I'm literally looking at a tree over there at my neighbor's house that has fallen down. But anyway, guys, I hope that sheds just a little bit more light on my story. I'm sure everyone's story is different, and I'm sure there's a lot more great information out there on selling to florists. That's not really my strong suit. I really sell here predominantly at a farm stand. And also, the florist that we're selling to today is a friend of mine, so it's just a little bit different. So guys, I think I better head inside. Let's take a look at all the flowers that I harvested this morning, and then hopefully we can deliver not in a thunderstorm, because I've done that before and it's no fun. Alright guys, so I brought the buckets into the dining room so that hopefully we can see them a little bit better. What I use for a delivery are these big black florist buckets. You can purchase these from Johnny's, but what I instead like to do is just go to grocery stores and kindly ask if they have any that they're getting rid of. Usually they are more than happy to just give them to you, because a lot of grocery stores, especially big grocery stores, just throw them away. Like these I got for free from Aldi's. So they're filled about to here with water and holding solution. These are going to a florist, not an end customer, so I use holding solution. And what he told me was that he didn't care about the color palette. So basically I could choose the color palette, which was very exciting. I always love when someone says that. He's going to be making 4 arrangements for tables where people are going to be eating. They're going to be 360 arrangements. He wanted 2 to 3 focal flowers per arrangement, 8 to 12 filler flowers. And if I had any foliage that I could give him, that would be great. But also he has his own yard to pick from. So now we can take a look at everything I picked for him. And I bunch everything separately so that the stems aren't getting tangled up in the bucket, because that will happen if you don't individually wrap your stems. So I picked him some Orlea seed pods. He also told me he wanted a lot of texture, so I did try to keep that in mind. So I picked some berry branches for him, some 9-bark, some forsythia, and then as one of the focal flowers, I have a Pro Cut plum. You can kind of see how I picked these here, these Pro Cut plums. These gladiolus are just for him to try out for fun. They are not for tomorrow. Then let me turn this around. You can see some Buplurum. Here we have the Buplurum. And I did dip these in quick dip because they are prone to wilting. So now we can take a look in this bucket. I think he did this person's bridal bouquet because he did mention that they like scabiosa in a bouquet he had done for them. So I did some Black Knight scabiosa for him. Once again, all bunched up so the stems don't get tangled in the bucket. I did some starflower seed pods for him. As another focal flower, we're doing the Mapura Asiatic lily because Asiatics don't smell. And the way I picked this is one flower open on a stem. Let me see if I can get one out for you because they're bunched up. But can you see there's one flower there, many more colored up, ready to open for tomorrow morning. Blue Macrophylla Hydrangea, more of a purple scabiosa down here. Dara, which I did quick dip because it's prone to wilting. Same with this Colorado yarrow. I put that in quick dip. More scabiosa here, more of a cranberry color. And then just a few spike fillers there. I've got some, let's see, I've got some celosia down in here. So guys, you know the hardest thing about growing flowers? Transporting flowers. Here we go. Well, hello there everyone. It is Sunday morning now, and I thought I'd show you a look at the arrangement I made for our dining room table this morning. I gathered some of the Casablanca and Rose Lily Adithas last night. This one here in the front was just starting to crack open last night. It probably looked more like that last night at about 8 p.m. and by this morning at 7 it was wide open like this, so hopefully that helps to see that in person. I've also got the white light sunflowers in here. I've got Buplurum, Bells of Ireland, we've got Dara, Colorado yarrow, Grandma's pincushion scabiosa. We've got some nice pods of the black swan poppy, the queen lime with blush zinnia. Also some of the magic fountains delphinium still blooming, just a few of those still blooming. And then I think I put in some hydrangea and some vitex and some other fun things. But this is something that I like to do every Sunday. I didn't used to do this, but last year I started to make an arrangement that was just for us every Sunday, and I find it really therapeutic. After all, we do all this hard work to grow these flowers, and for many years I really didn't bring any in to enjoy. I would just have what I call the extras. And so now I make the effort to pick some beautiful things for us to enjoy throughout the week. So now that we've taken a look at this, let's get the stand set up for the day. So here's a look at what's going out to the stand and also my bucket that needs to go out to the compost pile. Pretty similar in terms of the flowers I used in these arrangements. A lot of rose lilies, even more Casablanca lilies. All of these have gladiolus tucked into their arrangements, and I just try to make them shorter. I cut the bottom short and I cut the top off. So I've got some yellow glads that I've had from years past, those lumiere glads, Costa glads, and then also we have some Procop plums mixed in here, some red spike amaranth, but generally very similar flowers going to the stand as to the ones in the dining room. And I even stuck in some carnations that I grew this year. But you know what? I think I'm going to say goodbye to carnations. I'm just not feeling like they're worth the space since my space is limited anyway. But I hope my customers like these today, so let's get them out to the stand and get on to some more flower fun. So it's about 5:30 on Sunday now, and I'm actually going to break the stand down because we've been getting a lot of thunder and we're supposed to get a storm at 7. So I'm just gonna break down for the day now. We have one bouquet left. That's fine, that can go to my daughter's bedroom. I'm sure that she'll enjoy that bouquet. So I hope it was enjoyable to spend a weekend in flowers with me. Let me know if you'd like to do it again. I think what we're probably looking at henceforth for probably about a week to 2 weeks is probably a week in gladiolus as all the gladiolus come in. Actually, all the lumiere are done now. The espresso are coming on, the costa are coming on, also performer and a green one that I have are also in the driveway garden. They're getting started. So it's gonna be all about gladiolas and some double oriental lilies probably this week. I'm also still getting around to a lot of succession planting. People are still asking what I'm planting. I just planted my Pro-Cut Red yesterday, and I'll be pulling out my Bells of Ireland come tomorrow and replacing them with some Moulin Rouge zinnia. Okay, that sounds pretty scary. So I'm gonna say goodbye and wish you a great day there in your gardens. Bye.